Hello, good evening and welcome to Gossip in the Garden. I am not Aine Cromie. My name is Maureen Sullivan. We decided that we couldn't have Dominic hosting tonight because one Cromie was enough in any interview. That's a long way of introducing Aine Cromie, Dominic's sister.
How are you, Maureen?
Welcome to New York, Anya.
Thank you.
So tell us, was it you that actually taught Dominic everything he knows about music?
Well, that's a trick question because how much does he know about music?
Well,
if it's
a
a lot, then yes, it was me. If it's not, then I'm the son of them.
That's a fair enough point. So tell me about your music career. I know that you came to New York first from Ireland.
Indeed, I did. I was singing in Ireland. In fact, Dominic was part of the band in Ireland that we had. I was there I was singing since I'm 14 years old, so a couple of years. Then I ended up going to New York for the summer and loving it, and ended up staying. And so I was there for about a couple of years. We did the Paddy Noonan tour. I saw Aine Cromie was here.
Yes, last week.
With Dominic last week. Annie's an old friend of mine too. We did a bit of touring together as well. It's great.
Very small world, these musician types.
I'm telling you never fall out with anybody because we know everybody. And then I ended up meeting my husband in New York. I actually hired Tony McQuillan. He used to play with Ford at the Bar. For anybody out there that might remember Ford at the Bar. He played for 2 years in New York, and I hired him for a gig, and that was it.
So now you came out from Ireland with the intention of just staying for the summer.
Yes.
You want to go back. You met your love, and that was it.
Love of my life, yes. And he whisked me away to Canada. I'm there since. I'm in Canada now 17 years.
And do you still gig in Canada?
Indeed I do. In between raising the family, we have twin boys, that are Connor and Liam, that are 12 years old, and a wee girl, Tara, who's 7. They're all into the music. So in between raising them, we've got back on the road, myself and Tony and another fella. Some gigs lined up now, and we're going strong, doing the Irish scene over there.
You just bring us back a bit to when you were gigging in Ireland. So what did you do before you came to the States, gig-wise or singing-wise?
I had my own band. I was under contract for a few years with a fella from Monaghan, and we ended up doing a lot of festivals. We ended up the International Country Festival in Wembley Stadium. That was a big thing. A lot of TV, radio. Ended up in.
So this was big time.
It was good. It was all over the place. I would have been about 18. I made my first album in Nashville when I was 18. And the following year I had another album out. So yeah, we did a lot of touring. We did England, Scotland, Wales, Amsterdam with the Good Brothers, who were a big name in Canada. So the International Country Festival in Wembley was one of the highlights. We did that 2 years running.
No, when was this?
That would have been 1989. And I was supposed to be the youngest performer there. There's a lot of big names on it. Emily Harris.
Really?
Yes, Tammy Wynette, Bristol Gayle, Slim Whitman, Porter Wagner, a lot of big country names.
So Crystal Gayle is playing with Aine Cromie in Carnegie Hall next month, right?
That, yeah.
Aine Cromie will be in Carnegie Hall December 8th, 8 o'clock. AineCromie.com. You'll get all the information. God bless you, Andy. We hope you have a great one down there in Carnegie Hall.
So you're not an Irish singer per se. It's not Irish, like Irish ballads, Irish trad. You're a country singer, is that right?
When I was in Ireland, it was a lot of the Irish country was a lot of what we did in Ireland. And since I came to America, then we did a lot of a mixture, a bit of rock and roll, Irish folk. And in Canada now, it's a lot more of the Irish scene as well that we like to do. So we kind of mix it up.
So So for any gig and any given night, would you do Irish music and country together?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. We would mix it up. And depends on the crowd. The crowd that we get usually like some of the Alcmolias, but then again they like the modern country stuff as well. So I love doing all that stuff. So.
And what kind of country music? Give us an example of stuff you sing.
Well, Emily Harris, I love her. Like, there's a lovely number, Together Again. A bit of Shania Twain now.
Yeah, can't go with Shania.
Shania's alright. A bit of Evan, Dolly Parton. Mix the old with the new. So.
Do you write your own stuff?
I don't. I leave that to Dominic.
Oh yes, Dominic's
Dominic's the writer.
All right.
He's the poet in the family.
And tell us about Nashville. You said you were down there when you were 18 to do an album. How did that come about?
Well, the fellow that I was with, had a contract with in Monaghan, he had a lot of contacts in Nashville. So I was over for a week. I made my first album, I'm Not Lisa, he called it, and came back, wrote it in Ireland, and it reached the top 10 in R.T.E radio at that time. So it was great. The first single was I'm Not Lisa, so I still get requests for that, which is nice.
Still, yeah.
And I got home. That's one of the ones they remember me by, so it's nice to see that.
So you still have a following in Ireland, do you?
Well, I do, apart from all our big family, yeah. There's a few people still regularly, yeah. We were actually home last year. Myself and Tony, my husband, took our 2 boys hockey team over to Dundalk, Ireland. They have an Olympic pad up there, and we did a few gigs when we were over there. And it was nice to see that we still had some following on, still recognised. Haven't changed that much over the years.
Now you spent 2.5 years in New York, right?
Yes.
Before you went to Toronto.
Yes.
So I know it's only 2.5 years in New York, 17 in Toronto. What was your first impression when you went there in terms of how different the music scene is in Toronto?
We did a lot of festivals here now, and I toured when I was here with Paddy Noonan, which was great. So it was a lot of festivals and concerts. So when I went to Toronto, I started over again. It was Ireland, we started, then New York, and we're starting over again in Canada. But I find that the crowd where I am in Toronto, it's a big English, Scottish community more so than a big Irish community. And I'm finding out as year goes on that the Irish they're everywhere. They're coming out of the woodwork, which is good. With the bad penny, we show up everywhere. So we have a big Irish following now in Toronto. Because no matter where you go, as I say, the Irish music is well loved. So Tony's mom would be Scottish, his dad would be English, and he's a mixture of them all. So we have the flow going there, the heritage still keeping alive. And he plays piano accordion, so he's well known in Canada for doing that as well. So.
And do you play with Tony in the band full time in Toronto, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's it. You can keep me eyeing him there, you see.
See? Perfect. Share the stage,
Share the stage, and I know how he works now, so we're alright. Yeah, he's my right hand man, my gold card and my bodyguard. How about that?
That's sweet. They're on you. That's good. Now tell me, CDs, are you doing an album, or what's the...
I have 2 CDs out. One's called Across the Miles, and the other was I'm for Love. We're in the midst of putting a new one together, and I have a website up and going if anybody would like to click on and have a look at the information. It's AineIrishmusic.com.
AineIrishmusic.com, okay.
So you can find me there and find out what's going on and come to see some gigs, or hopefully if you're in Canada, come visit us. We'd love to see you.
And this is again a combination of country and Irish music.
Yes. A bit of traditional, of course, Tony has the accordion. Traditional music, then the ballads and Irish country as well. So we've been for everybody. So.
What's your favourite thing about performing?
I just love being up there and just having a crack with the crowd, and I have to say I love being up on the stage. I was never afraid of the stage, I can say. I just feel a lot of freedom up there and able to do what I want and singing my songs and just loving every minute of it, yeah.
And now you're going to perform here tonight?
I am, yes.
Is the stage big enough for you and Dominic together?
I don't know, with Dominic's head, I don't know what, is it?
But you can give it a shot, yeah.
I'll not push him off unless he eats some bum notes and then he might see what happens.
And of course your big sister, so he has to do it.
I'm always looking out for him, Maureen. He's my baby brother, not my baby brother, he's the one below me. I have 5 brothers, and he's the one below me, and I'm always looking out for him. And my baby brother Oliver, he's over from Ireland as well. So he might get out and play a few tunes in the Boran if he coaxes him nicely. So.
Now, did Father Coochie ever make an appearance when you were growing up in Armagh, or is that just a new alter ego for our Dominic?
Thanks for God, I have to say, no. Father Coochie didn't resurrect until he came to New York.
Good, well.
And hopefully he's going to stay there.
Yes, yeah, there'll be no tours to Canada for Father Coochie.
He wouldn't be allowed in. Immigration would send him back.
Best of luck with the new album, and tell us again what the name of your website is.
AineIrishmusic.com.
Great. Thanks so much.